we're going to tie a marabou tail shrimp for use under the lights. This is a final product. Simple fly, easy to tie, effective under the lights. Courtesy of Jack Teague originally. So here we go. I'm using Mustad 34007. This is size 2. A size 4 would work as well, or maybe even better. But 2 makes for a better picture. Okay. Clamp it up nice and snug. It's a real simple fly. I'm using mono to tie it rather than thread. It ties down a little tighter, and I don't really need a thread color here. So we're going to build up a base on the shank of the hook. Not super critical, but we'll put a little base on it. Now we get back to the back. The next piece of our recipe is black.
No, I can wrap it around there, but
Crystal Flash. This is the black herring color.
We're
going to use a little trick here to make the antenna on our shrimp. So we're going to cut this thing equal lengths. And we're going to do that. That's good. And this is longer than it'll end up, but I like to start with it long because we want the antenna to be longer than the shrimp. About 1.5 times the body is what we decided it should be. So I'm going to tie this on back near the bend of the hook. And I'm going to slide that forward and fold it over so that the antenna, this will be, the bend of the hook will be the head of the shrimp. So we want the antenna coming out the head. The next ingredient is, in this case we're using some light tan marabou. And we just want a clump of the real fluffy end of the feather. That looks reasonable, something like that.
Oh.
Tie that on at the very back near the bend.
I've never done this. Okay, small.
Trim the excess we don't want. And that will give it a lot of life in the water, and it will also streamline. Next is in our case we're going to use some eyes. You can tie this fly unweighted. You can use plastic eyes. We're going to tie it with a little lead eye. It'll turn the hook over. Allow it to get under the water, under the surface a little bit quicker. But it's still a fairly light fly. And with the buoyant feathers, it should not drop too quickly. A lot of times fishing on the lights, the fish are high in the water column, so we want to keep up fairly high. So we're just tying a set of black eyeballs. The next step, and next to the last step actually, is some chenille. Where did my chenille go? Pause that thing, Stacy. Where did that chenille go? Spencer stole it from me. I'm on film here. Messing up production. Alright.
He's on film. I still going to it.
He's got to comb his hair.
Alright, here we go. We're tying in some chenille. I tied in on the back side of the eye.
What did I come over here for?
Wrap my thread forward. I tie a half hitch in it right over the eye. That'll keep it from unwinding. And I use my little post here because I'm lazy. And then with my rotating vise, we rotate and build the body. Tie this off with a couple of wraps
Feather hackle.
and trim it close to the eye. That's basically the fly. There's one more step. We're going to tie this off and whip finish. And then one more step. Kind of the magic ingredient, if there is one. Take a little bit of glue. I like this crazy glue that's got this brush because I don't want very much. And I'm going to twist these two strands of black crystal flash together
Lay that one back.
and just
This one back.
lightly brush them with this glue. And that will make them thicker
Then put your dubbing on top.
Yep.
and stiffer,
That off.
That's what I've been doing.
which will help them stand out from the
Gold
fly a little bit.
first.
It makes it look more like a substantial antenna.
Let me get in here.
And there is a finished product fly.
You want to sit down?
We'll trim those antennae to length after they dry.
What I was trimming